Hello, dear listeners. Tonight, snuggle in close, pull your blanket up to your chin, and let your heart open wide, because you are about to step into a world full of twinkling stars, soft river songs, and the laughter of a little boy who carried magic in every step he took. This is the story of a daring adventure, a mischievous smile, a magical melody, and the sweetest love you can imagine. This is the story of how the little butter thief taught an entire village that joy, love, and a little sprinkle of wonder can conquer anything. Are you ready, my dreamers? Close your eyes. Take a deep, cozy breath. Here we go. Far away, nestled between silver rivers and sleepy forests, there was a village called Gokul. A village so beautiful that even the stars lean down to admire it at night. And in this village, someone made every day feel like a festival. His name was Krishna, or as everyone in Gokul fondly called him, Kanha. Ever since Krishna had come into the lives of his mother Yashoda and father Nandlal, Gokul was never the same. The village was filled with songs and laughter. The cows mooed a little softer, the river danced a little brighter, and even the wind seemed to whisper sweeter secrets. Everyone loved Kanha. The grandmothers would press sweets into his tiny palms. The young girls braided flower garlands just to see him smile. The old farmers swore that their crops grew better just from hearing his giggles float across the fields. But if there was one thing that truly captured Kanha's heart, even more than chasing butterflies or playing hide and seek, it was butter. Golden, creamy, melt-in-your-mouth butter. And Kanha didn't just like eating butter. Oh no, dear ones. He loved the adventure of stealing it. Slipping into kitchens like a playful breeze, climbing into cupboards with the stealth of a cat, and laughing as he scooped the precious butter into his mouth. Each day the women of Gokul would come bustling to Yashoda's doorstep, half laughing, half grumbling. "Your Kanha is at it again! He climbed into my storeroom, he polished off every last dollop of butter." Yashoda would fold her arms and try to scold him. But one look at Krishna's twinkling eyes, at the butter smudged across his rosy cheeks, and her heart would melt faster than the butter he stole. Instead of scolding, she would sweep him up into her arms, showering him with kisses and laughter. But one day the villagers gathered beneath the great banyan tree. Their eyes were serious. Their arms were crossed. Enough was enough. "We must outsmart little Kanha," they said. And so a plan was born. They would hang their pots of butter high up, higher than even Krishna could dream of reaching. They tied the pots to wooden beams from the tallest trees, and from the rooftops, letting them sway and twirl far above the ground. The next morning, Krishna strolled through the village, hands tucked behind his back, whistling a cheerful tune. But when he peeped into the kitchens, oh, no butter to be seen. When he tiptoed into the courtyards, oh, the pots hung far, far above his head. He tilted his head, stared up at the sky, and placed his hands on his tiny hips. A mischievous grin stretched across his face. "They think they can hide the butter from me," he chuckled. "We'll just see about that." Quick as a flash he gathered his friends, the boys of Gokul, all as lively and cheeky as Kanha himself. "Come on," Krishna called, clapping his hands. "Let's build a tower." One by one the boys clambered onto each other's shoulders, giggling and wobbling and cheering. Krishna, the smallest yet the cleverest, guided them from the bottom, steadying, encouraging, laughing. Finally, with the sunlight dancing in his hair, Krishna clambered to the very top. The butter pot swung gently above him. He stretched out his arms. Closer, closer. But just as his fingers brushed the pot, whoosh! A playful breeze swept through the village and sent the butter pot swinging wildly out of reach. The villagers, hiding behind trees and doors, gasped and clutched each other in excitement. Would Krishna fall? Would he give up? No, not Kanha. He closed his eyes. He smiled. He took out his beloved flute, the one carved from the heart of a wild bamboo tree. Softly, tenderly he played. The notes floated into the sky like silver ribbons. The cows stopped chewing their cud. The birds paused mid-song. Even the mischievous breeze, the one that had swung the butter pot away, grew still, as if listening with all its heart. Slowly, gently, the butter pot stopped swinging. It drifted back toward Krishna, like a sleepy cloud returning home. He dipped his fingers into the pot, scooping out a creamy ball of butter, and popped it into his mouth with a sigh of delight. He whispered, his eyes twinkling. Nothing tastes better than victory. And butter! Just then, a familiar voice rang out, loving and stern all at once. Kanha, what are you doing up there? It was Yashoda, hands on her hips, pretending to frown. Krishna looked down, his cheeks round with butter. Ma, he called innocently, I was just saving the butter from falling. The villagers burst into laughter, their hearts swelling with love. Yashoda tried, she really tried, to look cross. But how could she, when her little boy was the very heartbeat of their joy? She helped him down, wiped the butter from his cheeks and hugged him tightly. You're too much, Kanha, she whispered into his curls. One day you'll charm not just this village, but the whole wide world. Krishna snuggled into her arms, butter-scented and smiling, and whispered back, But Ma, no matter where I go, you will always be my world. Moral of the story. Sometimes, cleverness isn't just about being smart. It's about staying joyful, helping others, and finding fun and wonder in every challenge. And no matter how high we climb or how far we wander, it is love, pure golden love, that brings us safely home. Now, dear dreamers, as the stars blink softly above and the winds carry songs of sweet adventure, close your eyes and drift into a world where laughter echoes through forests, where butter tastes sweeter than any treasure, and where love, deep, endless love, wraps you like the coziest blanket. Sleep well, little hearts. May you dream of mischief as sweet, adventures as bright, and a love as everlasting as little Kanha's. Good night.